Good morning, friends, and what a glorious day it is today. It's nice and sunny, and it's hot. Miss Coulterman's got her hair up because it's too hot when it's down. I've got a sleeveless shirt on. And when you know now what the weather's going to be like, you'll know how to dress for it. Maybe a t-shirt, maybe a ball cap, maybe some sandals today, because the weather is not as cold. And what's really nice outside my window this morning, I'm listening to all kinds of birds in my yard. And I want to show you a few of them. This one it's blue. It's a blue jay, you're right. And this kind of bird is close to my house. It's on the farms. It's called a barn swallow. And they fly around inside the barn. This is a small chickadee. And of course, here's a beautiful robin. And robins are all over my property. They have their nests in and amongst various things on our property, like on my husband's ladders. Here's an interesting bird called a kingfisher. He looks like the king up on the branch. This one's a woodpecker. A woodpecker you can often hear in the forest on the wood. I don't always see them, but I hear them. And a black crow. I often see black crows around the farmers' fields of corn. Here's a few others that are on my property. A sparrow, a red cardinal, very pretty, and a red-winged blackbird. Those are the ones that I predominantly see on my property. But if I was near the water, if I was over near the water's edge, I might see these things. A Canadian goose, a swan, a mallard duck, very popular in Canada. Those are some of the ones I see close to me. But I also see this one. This interesting bird is called a blue heron, the great blue heron, a killdeer, a sandpiper. I haven't really seen that around here. Oh, and a pigeon. I think a lot of you have seen a pigeon in Toronto. You can often hear them making a cooing sound. Hey dum diddly dum, hey dum diddly dum, hey dum diddly, hey dum diddly, hey dum diddly dum. Hello Vanny, hello, hello Angela, hello, and hello Pradeep, and hello Sandy, and hello Ashraf, hello, hello Ken, hello, hello Jake, hello, hello Sophia, and hello Miss Coulterman, hello friends, hello. Hello, my dear friends. Look at this gorgeous painting I have today. This is created by a First Nation artist in Canada. His name is Norval Morrisseau, and he's part of the Anishinaabe. And look at the gorgeous colors he likes to use in his paintings. So pretty. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the land that we are hosted on today is the Anishinaabe of the Mississaugas, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Wendat. And here where I live at Lake Simcoe, I walk the sacred land of the Chippewa and Ojibwe. I'd also like to acknowledge and recognize the enduring presence of all First Nation, Métis, and Inuit peoples. Such a beautiful painting. I'm going to circle back to that painting later when we work on it as a group. We're also talking this month about World Ocean Day, June 8th. And an ocean is just a plethora of beautiful ocean life, sea life. I see a sea turtle, a dolphin, fish, a shark, a whale, lots of plants, crab, shells, and clams and oysters and octopus, which makes me think of a song. I'm going to start with a song. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in an octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come with me to an octopus garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden, an octopus's garden, an octopus's garden in the shade. It's interesting because we have gardens. We grow plants, we grow flowers, we grow vegetables, we grow bushes. But for an octopus's garden under the ocean includes coral and seaweed and all these different plants. Those are the plants for an octopus under the water. That's the garden. Peanut, peanut butter, jelly. Peanut, peanut butter, jelly. First you take the peanuts and you pick them. You pick them. You pick them. Then you squash them. You squash them. You squash them. Then you spread them. You spread them. You spread them. Peanut, peanut butter, jelly. Peanut, peanut butter, jelly. Then you take the berries and you pick them. You pick them. You pick them. Then you squash them. You squash them. You squash them. Then you spread them. You spread them. You spread them. Peanut, peanut butter, jelly. Peanut, peanut butter, jelly. I hope all of you spend your summer working on cooking at your house. And I know all of you can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Piece of bread, spread your peanut butter, spread your jelly, and put another piece of bread on top and cut it. You may have another favorite sandwich that you could make. Tomato, lettuce, cheese. Another sandwich, a piece of bread on top. Or nice avocado. Or maybe some nice Nutella. Some students like to put Nutella on their bread. Or perhaps a slice of meat and then a slice of cheese and then the bread on top. That's your job this summer. Make some sandwiches. Let's do happiness runs in a circular motion. Happiness runs in a circular way. Happiness runs in a circular motion. Happiness runs in a circular way. La 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 la. Try that. La 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 La, 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 la. It's good for working on your la, la. At the front of your mouth, the sound of the la. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rose through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle. I can't tell you why. The season's spinning round again. The years keep rolling by. Boat goes down the river. It takes me to my home. The boat goes down the river. It takes me to my home. Some students travel by boat to their school. It does happen. Some students walk to school. Some students take the bus to school. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The door on the bus goes open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The door on the bus goes open and shut, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. The people on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. The people on the bus go up and down, all through the town. The money on the bus goes cling, 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 cling. The money on the bus goes cling, 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 all through the town. The driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back, all through the town. It's true. The driver, as you know, on the TTC buses, the driver's encouraging people to keep moving towards the back of the bus. Try not to take up all the seats at the front. Try to move, keep moving on a bus. I'm going to clap, clap all over this land. I'm going to clap, clap all over this land. I'm going to clap, clap all over this land. I'm going to clap all over this land. Tap your legs. I'm going to tap, tap all over this land. I'm going to tap, tap all over this land. I'm going to tap, tap all over this land. I'm going to tap all over this land. Stretch. I'm going to stretch, stretch all over this land. I'm going to stretch, stretch all over this land. I'm going to stretch, stretch all over this land. I'm going to stretch all over this land. I'm going to try rolling. I'm going to roll, roll all over this land. I'm going to roll, roll all over this land. I'm going to roll, roll all over this land. I'm going to roll all over this land. Whew, that loosened me up a little bit. Get your hands ready for waving your flag. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. Wave your flag, wave your flag, and wave your flag. Oh, ho, ho. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And wave your flag, and wave your flag, and wave your flag. I just thought of something, my friends. Yesterday I was telling you that one of our June list words is the Tokyo Olympics. And the Olympics are the sporting event held every 4 years. This year it's going to be in Tokyo. And it's going to be swimming and gymnastics and running events and basketball and volleyball and baseball, all sorts of sports, soccer. And one of the beautiful things about the Olympics is every country brings their flag and they wave it high with pride. Here's the flag for our Canadian athletes. 2 red stripes and the red maple leaf. So our Canadian flag will be waving at the Tokyo Olympics this summer. Let's have a look at some of the creatures you might see in an ocean. Sea creatures. Look at how pretty and brightly colored the fish are. This one's called an angel fish. This one up here, the yellow one, is called a butterfly fish. Oh, this one is called a beaked leather jacket. That's an interesting skin on that fish. Oh, here's something I love. I love to see the dolphins in the water. Beautiful dolphin. And this black one, look at how gorgeous those black killer whales are. And they use their tail to flap around, and they use their tail to bring them out of the water and back in again. Whereas the dolphin uses mostly its flippers to move around. Oh, here's something we've seen at Ripley's Aquarium. Shark. A shark is in the ocean. Here's something called a tiger shark. I've never seen that before. It looks like tiger skin, doesn't it? Here's something, a special type of fish called an eel. It almost looks like a snake. Here's something called a porcupine fish. Just like a porcupine has spikes on its back. And of course, look at these gorgeous seahorses and an 8-legged octopus. An octopus has 3 hearts. We humans have 1 heart. An octopus has 3 hearts. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Wow, here's some beautiful sea mammals. Gorgeous humpback whales. Huge animals. Humpback whales. And this one is so cute. It's a sea otter. We also have them on lakes and rivers, but this type is a sea otter. And look at this gorgeous animal. This is a sea lion. Not like the lion that you would see in Africa, but in the ocean, a sea lion. Beautiful sea creatures. apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Bananas with a letter B. Let's practice B. Let's sing ba 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 ba. Good. Ba 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 ba. Ba. Keep making the b sound. Now let's do the S sound. S, like a snake. A sailor went to sea to see what he could see. And all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. Shall we go faster? A sailor went to sea to see what he could see. And all that he could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. Remember, I've been telling you about fishermen who work out on the ocean. Fishermen or crabs or catching lobster. And they row out sometimes on their boat. They use a big paddle called an oar. Well, this is the song about a fisherman who's marching inland with his oar because he's ready to retire. He does not want to be a fisherman anymore. I'm marching inland from the shore. Over my shoulder, I'm carrying an oar. When someone asks me, what is that funny thing you've got? Then I know I'll never go to sea no more. I know I'll never go to sea no more. Let's try it together. I'm marching inland from the shore. Over my shoulder, I'm carrying an oar. When someone asks me, what is that funny thing you've got? Then I know I'll never go to sea no more. I know I'll never go to sea no more. Good for you. That's one sea song. Another one I taught you yesterday from Newfoundland about a boy who builds a boat. I's the boy that builds the boat. I's the boy that sails her. I's the boy that catches the fish, takes them home to Lizer. Hip your partner Sally to bow. Hip your partner Sally Brown. Fogo, Twillingate, Borton's Harbour, all around the circle. That's a little bit tricky, but it's fun to be singing songs that we know are from different parts of Canada. I'm going to try to sing this one. This one's from Nova Scotia, and it's a famous song called Farewell to Nova Scotia. The sun was setting in the west. The birds were singing on every tree. All nations seemed inclined for rest, but still there was no rest for me. So farewell to Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Port, let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I am far away on the mighty ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? I'm going to try it one more time because I'm still learning the words to this one. The sun was setting in the west. The birds were singing on every tree. All the nations seemed inclined for rest, but still there was no rest for me. Farewell to Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and drear I be. For when I am far away on the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? Will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. This land is your land, this land is my land. From Bonavista to Vancouver Island, from the Arctic Circle to the Great Lake waters, this land was made for you and me. It's true, we come from such a beautiful country of Canada. And we never forget the story that the first people who were here, as many as 40,000 years ago, the Indigenous people of Canada were here. The First Nation, the Métis, and the Inuit. So we always want to be thinking about that when we think about our history of Canada. It's really important to also think about the wonderful attributes of the Indigenous people. You probably recognize these movement cards we use in class all the time. I'm going to call out one of these movement cards and we're going to do the movement together. This one says, tap your head 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me pick another one. Roll your arms 20 times. Here we go, my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's see the next card. Well, this one says bounce on a ball 10 times. That doesn't really work for us right now online. Move your arms in circles 10 times. Make some circles. I'm going to count backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Give yourself a hug. Oh, to stretch that out a little. Let's see what's next. Clap your hands 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good for you. Which one is next? Oh, stretch your arms up 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good for you. Roll it out again a little bit. This one says, tap your legs 10 times. Let's count backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Jump 5 times on the white circles. I am not going to be jumping around this classroom. But if you wish to jump at home, that's cool. Instead, while you're jumping 10 times, I'm going to snap 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good for you. All things on earth shall pass under the sky, but music alone shall live. Music alone shall live. Music alone shall live and never die. Keep that music going, my friends. Listen to music, play some music, play an instrument, sing, hum, chant. Sit quietly with your headset on. All sorts of things you can do to honor music. Let's start by breathing in and hold it, hold it, hold it, and blow it out. Breathe it in and out. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Let's try the lazy 8. In, out, in, out, in, out. Good for you. And the triangle. Breathe it in, hold it, and out. Breathe it in, hold it, and then out. Good for you. I think those breathing techniques are great for calming us down, aren't they? Look at this sequence. This is the sequence for the days of the week. And yesterday I started to introduce a new Days of the Week song. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Today is Wednesday. Good for you. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Good for you. Yesterday's already gone by. Yesterday was Tuesday. Awesome. And the month, we're in a new month now. May is finished. We're in the month of June. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. There are 12, like a dozen eggs. 12 makes a dozen, or a dozen bagels, or a dozen donuts, a dozen roses. Wednesday, June, number 2, or we say second in ordinal numbers. And count 1 to 2, or we could say first, second. That's the order. In fact, I want to show you one more time ordinal numbers. Right now, I'm growing my garden outside. And I started my plants from a little seed, and they kept growing, 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 bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is the order or ordinal number that goes with it. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. Okay? So when we're talking about the order of something, the sequence, we can talk about it in ordinal numbers, or when you're doing the calendar, like June 2nd. Let's have a look at a few of our activities. June 8, we're honoring World Ocean Day. And the oceans, Mr. B was teaching us yesterday all about 5 oceans that are in the world. The Pacific Ocean, that's the biggest. The Atlantic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the most shallow. The Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is used the most for traveling along to transport, let's say, oil from one country to another. And the 5th ocean is the Southern Ocean, which is in the South Pole. So we've got the Arctic Ocean in the North Pole, the Southern Ocean at the South Pole. And look at this beautiful sign. Healthy oceans, healthy planet. And it's true. We want to keep our oceans clean. We have to be the people who are responsible for keeping the ocean clean. Let's have a look at some of the things that we can do. Stop using plastic and stop throwing garbage in the ocean. If you happen to be at a beach, it says we could help by cleaning the beach. This one also says that you can think about protecting ocean life by buying seafood that is the best quality of seafood, where you're not hurting animals, not hurting fish or ocean life in order to get that seafood. So you want to try to be aware of or thinking about, where does your food come from? Where does your fish or your seafood come from? Here's one of the best things you could do at your house. Save water. Let's stop wasting water. Try to run the water just what you need for washing your hands, but don't overdo it. Try not to have a long shower where you're wasting water. And this one, Mr. B was talking to us about this. Use eco-friendly products. So for example, instead of putting lots of detergent or shampoo into the ocean or into our water here, try to buy products that are more eco-friendly so that you're not putting all those toxins in the water, because that's a lot of what kills. It either kills the animals, the ocean life, or it may kill off some of the plants that grow in the ocean. And this is a really cool picture I found. This is the ocean, my friends. And if you were looking at the ocean, along the top of the ocean, the water that you see near the top of the ocean is where you'll find jellyfish and turtles and dolphins and tuna and a blue whale. All of these animals tend to stay near the top of the water. Then below that, you find things like a shark, a crab, a krill. This is a krill. A squid. Then below that, you have things like a viperfish, a sea star. That's so pretty. An octopus. Here's the 8-legged octopus. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. And then below that, so let's have a look here. That's where you have things like angelfish and a black swallower. And then below that, at the bottom level, is where you have all the seaweed and the plants and the coral. And some types of fish like to hide in the seaweed and the coral and the plants. So this is a great chart for showing you some of the things in the ocean and where they live, what level they live at in the ocean. And the ones that are down here where the seaweed is, they're hiding. They're trying to hide in the garden of the ocean so that these other animals, other creatures, don't eat them. Oh, look, here's a nice picture of an octopus. It says that an octopus has a brain about the size of a walnut. And an octopus has 3 hearts. And did you know that an octopus, we have red blood, but an octopus has blue colored blood inside of them? That's weird. It's because of the copper in their body. It makes their blood blue. And each octopus has about 240 little suction cups that are called their tentacles. On each of their 8 tentacles, they have these suction cups. That's cool. They're just such a pretty animal. In fact, all of these ocean animals are beautiful. So that's kind of cool. Now, let's go to some of these other activities I have. Hopefully at your house, you might have a bingo dabber. And if you don't have a bingo dabber, you could use stickers. You could use markers. But I want you to do at least 10 addition questions today. 10. So you can put the numbers on the paper, or your family can put the numbers on the paper. It's your choice. 5 plus 2. So what I want you to do is use a marker or stickers, or in my case, I use a bingo dabber. My first number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 2. 1, 2. And then I count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I know 5 plus 2 is 7. Now, if you don't have a bingo dabber or a marker or a sticker, you can also use your pencil, a marker, or a pen. Let me show you what I mean. Here's 6 plus 4. Now I'm going to make 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. So you can try using whichever method you want. Let me try a marker just to show you what a marker looks like. 3, 1, 2, 3 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7. So I'd love you to do 10 questions at your house. Now, I also have been telling you that I think every single day you should use your watercolor kit. And I'm really hoping, I believe most of you have watercolor paints at your house. I think I've given them to you in the past. But even if you don't, this is something you can get at the dollar store. It's not an expensive item. Today, I'm going to make the background for an ocean picture. And in my ocean picture, I'm going to cut out some pictures I found. I've got crab and seaweed and lobster and seahorse and fish and stingray and starfish, whale and a shark. So the first step, this is the second step. I'm going to do this tomorrow. So I'll put that away for today. But today, I want to make the background for my picture. And the way I want to do it is, I just want to make circles around and around and around to make it look like the waves or the movement of water in the ocean. So I've got my paintbrush, and I'd like to start with, I think I'm going to start with this nice blue color. It's a sort of a light blue color for the ocean. You could do this too, or you could do it with markers at your house. I'm going to start going around and around. Let me get some more. Go around and around and around. Then I'm going to switch. Now I'm going to switch to a darker blue color. I started with a light blue, and now I'm going around with a little bit of a darker blue. Let me get that going a little bit here. Darker blue. Oh, there we go. There we go. And I'm just going around and around and around. Doesn't that look beautiful? Like the colors of the ocean. And it's so simple to create with watercolor. I'm going to go around, around, around. And I think I'm even going to go one step further. I think I'd like to add some purple. And I know that's not typically a color we associate with the ocean, is it? But I just think it would look pretty if we add something way out here at the far edge of our painting. I'm going to add purple, and I'm going to go around, around. Let me get some more purple. Got a little bit of purple and blue matched, okay? Purple and blue. Go around. Look at that. Watercolor is so beautiful to work with. There we go. There we go. I keep going around. I think I just splashed watercolor on my white pants. Oh, voila. Look at that. And that just kind of represents those blues and blue and purpley color all represent sort of the different colors we would see in the ocean. Some parts of the ocean are a nice turquoise color. There we go. I'm going to fill in around my circle. And you could try this too at your house. There we go. And I'm going to let that dry. And tomorrow we'll add some of the ocean life to it. Maybe some fish or shark or starfish. So I'm going to let that dry overnight. But I do want to show you another painting. I want to circle back to this Indigenous artist in Canada. His name is Norval Morrisseau. Look at that gorgeous painting. This is what Norval looks like. And Norval is from the Anishinaabe community. And look at how he loved to paint with all sorts of colors. He's got a yellow background, and he's got beautiful animals and beautiful bird and trees of life and pictures of his Indigenous people. It's just so beautiful and very symbolic of his life. And so to honor Norval Morrisseau's painting, we're going to create one of these Indigenous paintings also. But for today, I'm just going to paint the background. What color do you see in the background? You're right, yellow. So today we'll start the background for our Indigenous painting. Here's my yellow. Here's my paintbrush. Here we go. And where did I put? Oh, here it is. And here's a big piece of yellow paper. Now for this one, I'm not using watercolor. I'm using a thick paint. This is from the dollar store, a yellow paint. You could use paint. Again, you could color a whole paper in yellow marker if you wish to. I'm going to paint, and this time, look how I'm going across and back, across my paper, back and forth. And you could do the same at your house. Okay, with a big piece of paper, practice painting yellow. Yellow, 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 red and yellow, and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow tune. There we go. And I'm going to let that dry so that tomorrow we can add the next level of the art. Talking about rainbow, look at this gorgeous rainbow. We've talked about this a lot in class, but I'd just like to circle back to it because I think it's so important. This is called our Circles program. And the most important part of the circle is you. It's purple. And it says me, okay? But I really mean you. So you're the most important part of this Circles program. The next circle is blue. And you can see there's also a heart here. The blue circle means all the people in your circle who you love. It could be mom, dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, a very close friend of your neighborhood, from your family or in your neighborhood. The people who really, really love you and you love them. They're in your blue zone. And those are the people who you get to hug. Okay, those are the people who are close to you. You have permission to hug them. Let's go to the next circle. You're right, it's green. And the green one is for friendship. The green one is your friends at school, your friends in your neighborhood, maybe some friends who come over to your house to hang out with you. Always with friends, you can do a high five, you can do a wave, you can do a fist pump. But with friends, we're not really into hugging. Hugging is mostly for the people in your love circle, in your blue circle of love. People in your yellow circle are acquaintances. That might be someone like a librarian, a lifeguard at a pool that you go to, the clerk at a bank. It could also be the person who helps you at the grocery store or at Tim Hortons or at a restaurant. The yellow zone, my friends, the yellow zone. You're just being friendly. You can smile, perhaps give like a little wave, but we don't hug them. We don't even really high-five them or fist pump. We just show a courteous smile or a nod to say, hello, how are you? Nice to see you again. But no touching and no, not even really high-fiving. The orange circle are community helpers. Now, we've got lots of terrific community helpers. They're also called our first responders, like paramedics, firefighters, police officers, teachers, priests, rabbis, ministers. These people are your community helpers. They're all there to help you and to keep you safe. But you definitely don't hug or touch. You might say, hello, good morning to these people, but it's without touching. And the last group, my friends, is the red zone. And it's red for a reason, because red usually means stop. The red zone is strangers. People you don't even know. Just some random person you meet on the street or you see on the street, or a random person you see at the mall. Typically, it's red because stop. We don't want you to talk to them. We don't want you to high five them. We don't want you hugging them. They're complete strangers. You don't even know them. Just walk on by, my friends. Okay? Try to just keep walking on by. All of this special rainbow of the Circles program is designed to keep you safe. You're this important part of life. You're the purple circle, and you're number one. And we want to keep you safe. And the best way to keep safe is to just hug the people you love in your family and your close friends, and everyone else you're not hugging. Okay, we'll circle back to that beautiful story of the Circles program again, because it is a very important story. We want to keep everybody safe. This is the story of the magic paintbrush. And today we did two types of painting. We did a watercolor, using watercolor paints, where you can kind of blend colors together. And we also did an acrylic painting with yellow. This is the background for my painting for tomorrow. So let's read about the magic paintbrush. Every day, Ho looked after a rich farmer's cattle, his cows. It was Ho's job to look after the cows. He took hay to the field. So all this hay has to go out to the field for the cattle. The farmer did not pay Hay very much money. I'm so sorry, his name is Ho. Ho had only dry bread to eat. Poor Ho. He wasn't treated very kindly, was he? One day, a very thin old man came up the lane, and he looked hungry too. He gave his bread, Ho gave his bread to this older man. And he said, "Take this bread." How kind of Ho. So very kind of him. "Thank you," said the man. And he gave Ho a gift. It was a golden paintbrush. A beautiful golden paintbrush. This is a nice story of how Ho was kind to the man, and the old man was kind to Ho. He gave him a paintbrush. Ho made paints. He mixed all sorts of colors from plants and berries and mud. What shall I paint? He thought to himself. First, he decided he would paint that gorgeous hay that he had been feeding to the cattle. This is a magic paintbrush, he said. And suddenly his paintbrush created a beautiful painting. The sun was hot. The stream was dry. That meant this stream of water or river or creek had no water running through it. So Ho painted a beautiful blue stream of water. Wow, the stream became real. His painting, because it was made with the magic paintbrush, his painting became a beautiful stream of water for the people, for the animals. The rich farmer had plenty of food to eat. Aha. But he did not share it with the children or his workers. Now that wasn't very fair. The fair thing to do is to share the food with everyone. So Ho, with his magic paintbrush, he painted food for the children. And voila! The magic paintbrush made dishes of bowls of food for the workers and the children. It all became real. He painted many helpful things for people, and they all became real. He painted a wheel that helped them move things. He painted a bucket that helped people to carry things in. Oh, and he painted gorgeous clothing for the children and the workers. The rich farmer wanted that magic paintbrush. He put Ho in jail. Oh, and he took that magic paintbrush away from him. I imagine Ho felt really sad without his magic paintbrush. The farmer was very greedy. He, with the magic paintbrush, he painted gold. But the gold did not become real. Hey you, he shouted. This paintbrush does not work for me. Paint me a big mountain of gold. So Ho painted the mountain of gold. He painted a blue sea, a blue ocean all around it. And the gold and the sea became real. This is a magic paintbrush. The farmer was angry at Ho. I can't swim all the way out to that island of gold. Why did you paint the sea? Why did you put all that blue ocean in the picture? Aha, said Ho. I will paint a ship for you. And the ship became real. And the farmer got on the ship and he set off towards the island of gold. He says to Ho, when I get back, you will paint me everything I want with that magic paintbrush. The world will be mine, said the farmer. You can see in the picture that Ho is getting older and older as the story goes on. And here goes the farmer sailing across the ocean to the island of gold. Ho decided to paint with the magic paintbrush. He painted a windy storm. A windy storm would look like this: swirls, swirls of paint to show you the wind is blowing the ocean to make swirls. And it blew the farmer far, far away. Ho returned to the farm. He painted things for those people who were kind and good to others. No one ever saw that rich farmer again. He had drifted off to sea. But meanwhile, Ho, with his magic paintbrush, he continued to make things that the people needed, like food and clothes. And he made those things for the people who were kind to him. Then he was kind to them also. Cool. So today, my sensory box is filled with the same thing I put in yesterday. Do you remember what it was? Something soft, something you might find in your bathroom, something women use sometimes to remove their makeup or put on their makeup. Or sometimes we use these, if things are too loud, we might put these in our ear, or if you have a sore ear. It's cotton balls. And cotton balls are a fun activity because they're nice and soft and you could squish them. But today what I want you to do, if you have a whisk at your house, I want you to practice pushing. Push. Push. Push all of the cotton balls. Push. And keep going. Keep pushing. And push as many cotton balls as you can. Push. Push. And then when you're finished, I want you to practice pulling them out. Pull. 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 And that's good for your fine motor. Push and pull with cotton balls. And another task that's very good for your fine motor, I think I show this every week, is to work with elastics. You can put elastics around your hand and practice stretching, stretching, stretching. Then put it on your other hand and stretch, stretch, stretch. And if this seems too easy, you can add more elastics to make it more challenging for your hand. Let me get you some more elastics. Here's another one. I'm going to go up to 4 elastics today, 4 or 5 even. Here we go. Now I've got lots of elastics. Stretch, 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 and then put it on the other hand. Maybe count backwards from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's really good. Do it with both of your hands. Then when you're finished, you can wrap the elastic around a paper roll. Practice wrapping elastics around a paper roll. Okay, just a couple more activities. Whoops, I just knocked something over. When you're doing laundry with your family, I think it should be your job to match the socks. Find the 2 socks that match in color, and they also match in size. So for example, if I had these 2 socks, they would not match because one is tall and one is short. But if they're both tall, you can match them. Make a big opening with the top of the sock and push the socks in. This is your job, my friends. I match them together. I open the end and I push them in. I think you could do that one. Another thing I want to show you is the easiest method. Everybody has a different method for folding a t-shirt. I want to show you how easy it is to fold a t-shirt. I can even do it in the air, I think. This was my t-shirt for Indigenous Day. In fact, I should wear it throughout the month because June 21st is National Indigenous Peoples Day in Canada. So I hold my t-shirt up, and first I fold it in half. Look at that, half of a t-shirt. Then I fold in my sleeve and roll, and voila! Look at how easy that is to fold. And then put it in your cupboard or your drawer. I'm going to try it one more time. It's the easiest method I've ever found for folding t-shirts. I've got a whole t-shirt. I fold it in half. It's in half. Fold in the sleeve. Roll, and look at that. It's perfect for going in your cupboard. I think that's something you could be doing at your house, my friends, okay? You've got socks to do, you've got t-shirts to do. Those are all things you can be doing. There's one more thing I wanted to show you. Oops. Oh yes, here it is. I think Mr. B is going to be talking about this some more in our afternoon class. But I always like to I like to go back to things we've talked about before. And on our planet, we have about 6 different types of habitats. And habitats are where animals live. You and I live in houses, townhouses, apartments, trailers, but animals live in a different community called a habitat. The first habitat is a desert where it's hot and sunny and dry, and that's where you might see a camel. Here's the polar, which Mr. B told you about. The Arctic Ocean is at the Southern Ocean is at a polar habitat where it's icy and cold and snowy. And you have polar bears and walrus. And at the Southern Ocean, you have penguins. In the rainforest, you have a jungle with beautiful plants and trees and gorillas and tigers and beautiful birds like macaw and toucan. In the wetland habitat, you have things like beavers and mink and ducks and geese. In the south wetland, you have alligators and crocodiles. This is the habitat we're doing a lot this month. Ocean habitat. Whales and dolphins and sharks and crabs and seahorse and seaweed, lots of sea life, and octopus. And the last habitat is the grassland or the savanna of Africa. That's where giraffes and lions and zebras like to live, on the grassland. So these are 6 different types of habitats, places where animals live. Okay, my friends, I'll see you later today online, but I'll see you tomorrow morning too. Go create joy. Friends, I will remember you, think of you, play with you, and when another day is through, I'll still be friends with you. Goodbye, friends. Get outside today and enjoy that beautiful weather.